ocean, and welcome back to the Gem State. In this episode, we're going to be talking about firefighting. All right, the most dangerous fire in the whole world is a fire aboard a ship. Not a house, not a car, not a forest fire. Even those are very dangerous, and great acclaims to those firefighters who were so brave to put them out and save lives. But when you're 1,000 miles out at sea and you have a major fire on a ship, there's nobody you're going to call. We have to rely on ourselves. All the crew has a vast amount of firefighting training and experience. We all go to firefighting schools, and we have to be recertified every year or 2 years in those schools. And also weekly, we do emergency and fire drills right here aboard the ship. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to put on an SCBA. That stands for a self-contained breathing apparatus. Now, most of my videos have been about marine science in the ocean, and we use SCBA, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. These are not made for going underwater. They're made for land. They're made for fighting fires. Let's talk about the different types of fires that we have. There's 4 classes of fires: Class Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. An Alpha is any fire that leaves an ash, wood, a mattress, paper, things like that. If you were on fire, a human, you would be known as a screaming alpha. All right, that's a little joke there, because we all turn into ash. From ashes to ashes and dust to dust we go. Anyway, a Bravo is a liquid fire. Fuel, paint, oil, anything like that. So a liquid fire is a Bravo. A Charlie fire is an electric fire, and a Delta fire is a special circumstance fire. For example, metal on fire. That's a class Delta. So you got Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta fires. The way you put out a fire is by removing one part of the fire triangle. The fire needs 3 things to burn. It needs oxygen. If you remove the oxygen, the fire goes out. It needs heat. If you remove the heat, the fire goes out. And it also needs a fuel. If you can get rid of the fuel, then the fire goes out. All right, so that's your little firefighting training lesson for today. Now let's put on the SCBA. When we have our weekly drills, when the alarm sounds from no matter where we're at on the ship, we have to get to our emergency gear lockers, get these SCBAs on, and ready to fight the fire in 4 minutes or less. And we are tested on that every now and then by the American Bureau of Shipping and by the U.S. Coast Guard. I'm going to show you how to put an SCBA on now, and it's going to take me a little bit longer than 4 minutes because I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing and some things like that. All right, let's go ahead and put on the SCBA. First thing we do is take off our shoes, and we have our boots and our pants all ready to go. You slide right into them. These are made for me, so these are custom for me. These are out of the emergency gear locker where I go and I report, and these have my name on them. So I'm going to clip this over here. They're suspender type. And there we go, already made for me, so I don't really have to adjust anything. Take my firefighting jacket, put the jacket on. Also, while we're doing our drill, somebody would help me put this gear on. It's kind of hard to do all by yourself, so I would have an assistant. Every firefighter would have an assistant, especially when we get the SCBA on. It's a little cumbersome. You can't really see. You're going to have gloves on and that sort of thing. All right. Clip it up. Take it all the way to the top. 1 minute before we do this part. Now we're going to take off my hat. Show my bald, shiny head. You guys like it? Love it. All right. This is a flash hood. This goes on next. And it goes underneath this jacket, like so. And for now, I'm going to put it back, like that. It's It's all underneath here, my flash hood. I'm going to take this and I'm going to clip it around like that. All right, so I'm good to go. Next thing I'm going to do is, let me think, is I'm going to put on my face mask. Face mask goes on like this. It's all set up like this. So we put it on, and the straps go right over my head like so. Then I button it up, pull strap here, make it tight, pull straps there. Give it an air check, sucks in on my face, nice. I take that flash hood and put it over the top, protect my ears and protect everything so there's no skin showing, or very little if any. Now we're going to put the SCBA on. I'm going to take this SCBA, and it has a battery pack. I'm going to put the battery pack in like so. Put the SCBA on. Alright, that's the battery telling me everything's working. I tighten it down. Bring the waist strap across. Then I tighten that up. Boom. Got a chest clip here. Again, one of the reasons we're so fast is because I'd have an assistant helping me out. There you go. Then I'm going to put my helmet on. Tighten that down. Boom. Then I'm going to put the air on, the regulator. Crack the valve back here, and the air goes on. All the way on. Then I'm going to take this, it's got clips here like so. I'm going to clip it in. And now I'm breathing. That alarm is a dead man alarm. So I need to move around. If I don't move around, that dead man alarm will go off. Also, I'm on a microphone now. So you guys can hear me pretty good and you can hear me breathing. Last thing I need to do is put on my gloves. Wrong hand. Alright, put it on like so. Get them all covered up. Gloves on. And that's your SCBA. That's how you put an SCBA on. Again, we do that. We have to get from wherever we're on the ship to the emergency gear locker, and then within 4 minutes have this all put on. So from where we're at to put on, ready to fight a fire, in 4 minutes that's your SCBA. A full SCBA tank has 4,500 psi in it. This tank has 3,935 psi remaining in it, as displayed on an analog and digital gauge. If you enjoy this maritime video and our other marine science videos, please give them a like and share these videos with others that are interested in this content. We are striving to get our first 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe to this Think Ocean channel. We'd appreciate your support. The other day we had a drill, we had a galley fire. We put it out with a portable CO2 extinguisher in full gear. Let's see that scene now. Okay everybody, I'm going to show you some fire stations. Out on deck, on the weather decks, we have 2.5-inch fire hoses. Inside the house, anywhere below the weather decks, cargo holds, down in the engine room, everywhere, it's 1.5-inch fire hoses. So we're out on deck, this is a 2.5-inch fire station. Fire station 31 with the little fire emblem there. We'll open it up and we see the fire station's all ready to go. We take off the securing bracket for C here and pull out the nozzle. This nozzle has 3 different modes to it, the way it produces water. Straight up, it puts a fog out. It comes out of this part here, and it puts out a high velocity fog of thick droplets. Go all the way, open, then the water comes out here in a solid stream. Solid stream, fog, shut off. To get the water activated into the hose, you open up this valve here. You open up that valve there, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You can see the fire hose is on a camel, so it's ready to just run right out. And then we go fight the fire in a sweeping motion. Okay, we're on the inside of the house in the upper deck. And as I mentioned, on the inside of the house, we have 1.5-inch fire hoses. Fire station number 18. There's a fire extinguisher inside. Fire station emblem. There's also a fire axe can be found in there. Of course, you have your portable fire extinguisher inside. Let's go ahead and open it up. Take a look. There's your portable fire extinguisher. It's a dry chemical. We'll go over more of that in a minute. There's your fire axe. It's a 1.5-inch fire hose. It's on a camel, ready to run out. It's 75 feet long. The ones that are outside on the main deck are 50 feet long, the 2.5-inch hoses. Has the same kind of nozzle. It's just a 1.5-inch. All the way forward is shut off. You got fog. Fog come out here in the high velocity fog, the thick water droplets. And all the way back, you got your solid stream that comes out here. What's great about these is you can take the high velocity fog tip off and you can put an applicator on that will shoot out a low velocity fog, a very fine mist which will absorb a tremendous amount of heat. And so we put that in here like so. And you can hold it like that, and then you get a fog coming out there. See that? And it'll come out in a fine mist, a very powerful fine mist that will absorb a lot of heat. Let's say there's a firefighter there and you want to protect them. You can get behind them and put this right over the top of them. And then that way he'll be protected from the heat of the fire. All right, that's a 4-foot applicator. We also have 10-foot and 12-foot applicators that can be used on the external 2.5-inch fire hoses. All right, that's your fire stations. Here's a closer view of the nozzle settings as mentioned before. Now, water comes out of these nozzles and it's used for a class alpha fire. It cools it, putting it out by removing the heat of the fire triangle. This is a portable CO2 extinguisher. It puts out a class Alpha and Bravo fire by removing the oxygen. Using CO2 is very efficient, but a vigilant reflash watch must be posted, because as the CO2 becomes displaced and oxygen refills in, a reflash can occur. This is a dry chemical portable extinguisher. It can be used on an Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie fire, but it is used primarily on a class Charlie or electric fire. It puts out the fire by disrupting the fire triangle. On our next episode, we'll take a tour of the ship's emergency gear lockers, and we'll go over more advanced firefighting methods such as the fixed CO2 system and foam for Class Bravo fires. My fellow mariners and aquanauts, once again, if you enjoyed this video and our other Think Ocean videos, please hit that like button and help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers by subscribing to this Think Ocean channel. As always, keep yourselves clean and healthy, keep the oceans clean and healthy, and stay safe in the water. Until next time, all hands ashore. Until I see you again aboard this ship. Aloha.